Alright guys, so today we're going to be assembling the upper to this AR build, starting with the heart of it, which is the Aero Precision. Then we're going to get into the bolt carrier, which is the BCM, um, something I'm really excited for right there, and then the Radian Raptor LT. Before we get into these, we're going to be building the barrel. Handguard's not as important right now, but we're going to start with the barrel, the gas block, and then the gas tube hooking into the upper receiver. Anyways, guys, let me put you on hold, and then we'll unwrap these, get into the video, and show the assembly. All right, guys, this is everything for the upper minus the bolt carrier group, the charging handle, and then the muzzle brake. I'm going to assemble these off camera, of course, just so we're not breaking any YouTube violations. This should be interesting. I've never assembled this before. Obviously, we got the shims, we got the castle nut or the barrel nut. Castle nut, I believe, is on the other side. Your upper receiver, your handguard, your barrel, gas block, and then your gas tube. Hopefully, this goes all smoothly, and you'll see me here in a couple seconds with it assembled. Wish me best of luck. So this is assembled without the handguard. I wanted to show you this just because there was a couple issues that I faced installing this. The first was actually joining the barrel to the upper receiver. The issue was that I was having, which is a good issue if you can fix it, is the barrel was a little bit too big for this receiver. Now, the advantage to that is really you have a much tighter fit between the barrel and the receiver. So a fix on that is some people might just tell you to put it in a vise or put it up against a wood block and smack it with a hammer. That's not always the best thing, because you can be, you might have it misaligned when you have it in there all the way. But the best thing is actually to take your barrel, put your barrel separate from itself in the freezer, and then let that cool down overnight, freeze up. That way this metal contracts. It makes it actually a little bit smaller when it's frozen. And then I took the upper, when I was ready, I took a blow dryer or a hair dryer. You can use like a heat gun. I just didn't have a heat gun right at hand, so I took a hair dryer. And these uppers are aluminum, so they heat up really quick. They distribute really easily. So I just sat there for probably about 5 minutes on high, just heating up this end where the screws is, where this barrel fits in it. And literally, it was like that 7-8 minutes. Pulled the barrel out of the freezer, and this thing slid in perfectly. It's a very snug fit. It's the tightest barrel I've ever put on. I haven't done a whole bunch of tighter barrels or things tighter than that, but that's usually a trick that gets you by on most tight fitting parts such as this. And I mean, that's a trick I've learned from other things automotive wise. But it's a good, neat trick to learn in case you ever have the issue like I had. Anyways, I'm going to put the handguard on, and then I'll come right back to you guys and show you what the handguard looks like. So cleaned up just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Just wiped it down. Things looking pretty good. Feels pretty solid. Don't have any issues with it. As you can see, I cannot remember exactly what those stand for. I remember something magnetic. I'm gonna have to look that up. I can't remember. This is fully tested. I know there's two tests that you really want to get to. It's the HP and the MP, as you can see right there. HP, MP. There we go. So those are two of the bigger tests you want to make sure your bolt carrier group does have. This is the auto version, not the semi-auto version. From my understanding, the only differences really between the two is the auto is a little bit more built, a little bit bulkier, I believe, a little bit more well built. They're both built really well, but the auto should be able to hold up to a lot more abuse. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, correct me. And maybe actually, if you want to correct me, what the HP and the MP stand for on this, because I cannot remember the exact tests of what those are called. Anyways, let's put it in the gun. I don't believe I can show this being put in, but I'll put it in off camera and then I'll show you guys. So this is looking pretty nice. If you want to see the inside, well, BCM. I'm actually pretty pumped with that. I thought about getting a little bit more of a bolt carrier that was a little more flashy, that stood out a little bit more. But kind of like what I said from originally, I really wanted to stick with the tactical peanut butter look. I like the color of FDE, or flat dark earth. I have a couple, well, I have an option which I've kind of gone back and forth of on these lower parts kits. This one that I have right here is a black one. I have another one that's coming in tomorrow that's an actual FDE color. That way I can match everything up with the FDE color. So I'm kind of on the line if I want to assemble it with the black one, see how it looks, and then pull them out and see what I'm thinking, maybe going with the FDE colors on all the switches and levers. But regardless, there's a couple different things going on this that is going to be black, such as the fixed magazine lock from AR Mag Lock, and then the Kingpin, of course, which is also black. So there's going to be still some stuff on this that are black. You can't get everything 100% the color you want. So next we'll be building the lower. I did this a little bit backwards. I know most people tend to build the lower and then build the upper. I wanted to build the upper to make sure everything fit correctly, fit tightly. That way, if I had any issues, I can get those resolved sooner than later. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this upper. I'm actually pretty pumped for it. I don't have the brake on it yet, just because I need to tighten a couple things, make sure we're good and sound before I throw the brake on and tighten that down. Let me know what you guys think about this build so far. I'd love to get some comments, see what your thoughts are. If I did something wrong, let me know. That way, hopefully, when I go to shoot it, I can get these things fixed so it doesn't blow up in my face. fingers crossed, guys. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to get some comments and some feedback on this. Thanks for watching.